Michael.
There you go.
It's been a while.
It has been
Yes.
more than a year.
Has it, since we did the last ones?
I think it has been more than a year because it's hard to tell because of the pandemic, which is, we're going to spend some time today just talking about different aspects of the pandemic, how they've related to us both personally and professionally, and just how the world has changed or not.
Well, and I think it's critical for people to understand that some of their actions are different and are causing problems and more emotional suffering.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to kind of refresh with some of the preparations.
So I had just asked you if you wouldn't mind sharing with the group, just your experience, our personal experience with our co-author Richard passing, kind of at the beginning of all this
the very beginning
craziness that we've been through. So,
okay, my husband was diagnosed with mesothelioma 15 months before he died. But the interesting thing that Michael's discussing is that he was 911 to a hospital and died March 5th. And we got locked down as a society March 13th. So it was a relatively short period of time and could have been more involved in the virus loss. Let me put it this way. To me, there was as much happening to his body because of the virus as there was because of the mesothelioma. It created a different kind of chaos than he and I were, and you were expecting. With the shutdown, we lost the ability to really have a memorial of any kind. We have delayed that for over a year.
And we still haven't.
And we still haven't.
We don't have it scheduled. We don't have, it's just sitting there.
And one of the key reasons is I didn't want to do it electronically. It was not his style. He was a very personable man. He loved his friends. He liked a lot of activity around. And to try to do it online, it's not pleasing. We also have a very good friend in Canada, very close friend, and he cannot come down for any kind of a memorial at this point, even if we felt comfortable enough to have one. Everything was turned upside down. We had planned, we had prepared, we had gone to our attorney, our CPA. We had written and gone over changes in our wills and our trusts. We had made arrangements with a mortuary. We had the VA, all of the things that were involved in our life at that time. Everything got shut down. That meant that everything that I tried to do in the first 10 months was in complete and total chaos. I normally would have just walked up the largest Social Security office in LA is 2 blocks from my house. I couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
Luckily, the documentation and some of the things we had prepared for did finally assist me with closure. But it was not what had been expected or that we had wanted to have happen.
Yeah, we have not said goodbye.
No, we haven't. We haven't been able to.
We haven't said goodbye, and we still don't have a date when we will say goodbye.
Correct.
And we're just one group of
millions,
thousands, and hundreds of thousands of people who have gone through this process and have said, we'll take care of this whenever we're allowed to have larger gatherings. We'll do something later when we can. And we've been saying that for a year. I have a dear friend in Rochester, New York, whose son died December 31st of 2019. Good Lord, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And
here it is, April 2021.
And his service has been delayed multiple times, and we're actually having it on May 29th, 2021. It's Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day weekend. Yeah. And so it's, talk about arrested grief.
Yeah.
When you wait that long, it's different. The grief has to be different, and you know, I'm not family, but I am family.
Yes, you are, Michael,
you know?
and because
so,
the intimacy that went on to create the book between you and I and Richard was wonderful.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that's how the book became so successful. And so personal for us. And so this process has been deeply personal for both of us and our families, because we're unfinished.
Right. Well, initially, my son and I and you had discussed doing it at a very large venue because I was expecting over 200 people. And now, if I were to plan it now for, say, June or July, it would be scaled down, maybe 75 to 80 people. That's going to be a tremendous loss for them and for me personally, because we owned an advertising agency for years, and we were very, very involved in that community. And everybody responded to me, condolence cards, phone calls, visits. A lot of people came down and stayed 3 or 4 days with us while he was dying, but still capable of interacting. And they were basically saying goodbye to him. So it's a tremendous loss. And we are one family of thousands. I mean, if I look at it worldwide, it's millions, where we weren't able to do closure and conclusion. And you're right, Michael, I am in arrested grief.
Yeah.
Obviously I'm still functioning,
sure,
etc. But the fact of the matter is the loss, and the loss of not being able to do closure is horrific.
And I think it really illustrates, for those of us who are in the business, that the service, the closure that you can receive from having a service, a celebration of life or something like that, is for the living.
Yes.
It's for the living to be able to go forward, putting memories in place and putting all of the feelings kind of in an orderly fashion for us to move forward. Yeah. And so as it is, we're on hold. We're on hold until, and you had mentioned in terms of the numbers, you know, both you and Richard have close personal friends all over the world.
That's right.
And had we not gone into a lockdown situation,
they would have been
there would have been some of those people would have flown in.
Yes.
From wherever, right, just for that opportunity to say goodbye. Will they, even if they know, would they be able to do something about it? I mean, everybody is experiencing this intensity on some level with something in their life.
Yes.
And Richard's death is one aspect of the coronavirus pandemic that you and I are experiencing in our families. But there's hundreds of other things that other people are complaining about, other than just
I'd like to get back to the mortuary situation. I mean, and you in the hospital setting are finding that there's no place to bury people. There's no place to put people.
Yeah.
You can't find, unless you've made arrangements in advance, what are you going to do? You put them in refrigerator trucks on the outside of not just the hospitals, but the mortuaries. They're refusing to put people in the ground. They want everybody cremated. And then there's the licensing issue in most areas to be able to cremate. So, you know, again, unfortunately, we have to go back to the issue of preparation and not putting your head in the sand when you've got someone you love very much in an end stage situation. Even if they don't die at that time frame, but die later on, the same steps need to be taken. At least you've got that in your hip pocket in case there's another tragedy. What I want to do is I want to close this and just saying, because I think we want to talk a little bit more in detail about that, but I want our viewers to know that we will have a service for
for Richard.
And he has been cremated.
And there will be something that we will do and that we will reflect upon in another one of our sessions. But for right now, I just want people to know that that we're still in arrested grief.
Right.
We're not done.
No.
And we don't even know when we'll be done. So so with that,
okay.
we will
let's
end this.
get into